Hey everybody, Foo Fighter here. If you've been following me for a while, you probably noticed that I've been doing a lot of videos about weapon mods in Fallout 4. Yeah, I was about to say Fallout 3. Yeah, weapon mods in Fallout 4. And I've been getting a lot of questions where people have been asking me, okay, where do you get these guns? Where do you get this? I can't find this. I can't find that. I think there's a mod conflict. Everything's broken. Please help me. And I figured I would finally do a video where I show you guys where I get my guns, no matter what the mod is. Of course, in this case, the guns you're looking at right now, these are all the Modern Firearm guns made by Idle Sheep and his team. These are actually not as hard to come by as you might think they are, and you're going to find out why in this video. So yeah, this is pretty much, now this isn't really all of them, but this is like most of them, and I'm going to show you how I got all of these guns and where you can find them. I mean, because like always, I just, I want to help you guys out, help you guys find everything so you can get the most out of this game and the most out of the mods that it contains and the great community that creates these mods for the Xbox and PS4. Which, by the way, I'm playing this on Xbox One, but I'm pretty sure you can use the methods I'm about to use for the PS4 version and even the PC version. And most importantly, I am going to show you guys where you can find the Modern Sidearms, because I know people really have trouble trying to find those. So don't worry, it's all going to be covered in this video. Please stay tuned. Now, if you're like me, you like to stick to the lore friendliness of the game. Go to the merchants, buy from them before you use any kind of mods or ID codes or whatever the hell it is people do usually to get these things. But this person here, Ronnie Shaw, who's located at the castle, has the best selection of guns out of all the merchants in the game. Now, there's like 70-something merchants, but only 10 of them really sell guns, but she's definitely the best. The only problem is she's allied with the Minutemen. I haven't been so far into the game where I've pissed off any of the factions, but I guess if you piss off her or the Minutemen in general, she probably won't sell you any of those great guns that she's got. Okay, I know this next one's going to be obvious as hell, but Diamond City, go to Arturo. He's got he's got one of the best weapon selections. He's not affiliated with any kind of factions or anything. So whether you piss off the Brotherhood, the Minutemen, whoever, he will still sell you guns and ammo. Also, fun fact, most of the videos that I've done where I've gotten a weapon to show you guys on YouTube, I bought from him. So, take that into consideration. He might not have everything you're looking for, but he's got a pretty good selection. Also, while you're still in Diamond City, go a little bit over to the right and check in with Mira. Check in with the chick over to the right. She's got a decent weapon and ammo selection. Keep in mind, though, she's more of a general store, so weapons aren't exactly her #1 thing. But if you can't get what you're looking for from Arturo, chances are Mira, she might have it. No, hold on. Don't leave Diamond City just yet. Go over to Takakashi, Nagasaki, Takakashi, the robot ramen noodle dude shop. Sit down at one of the benches and then wait until nighttime. After you wait till nighttime, go back over to the shop, and a robot named Percy will be taking over the shop because Asian Mira Brown has to sleep at night because she's human. But Percy has a slightly different inventory than Myrna does. Mira, anyway, he has a slightly different inventory than she does. For some reason, the weapons he carries are a little different than hers are, but if you can't find what you're looking for with Mira, chances are he's got it. Okay, so before you watch this next part of the video, keep in mind I'm going to use the Merchant Tracker mod by Carol 2015. It's very useful for looking for Cricket, who is the next person I'm going to be showing you here. Cricket she actually has a pretty good weapon selection, kind of like Arturo. The only problem is, well, you can find her easily, but it's even better with the Merchant Tracker, because she's either somewhere between Vault 81 or Bunker Hill or any number of other places. Sometimes she's outside of Diamond City. She's one of those traveling merchants, so it's hard to find out exactly where she's going to be, and that's where Merchant Tracker comes in handy. But usually when you're looking for Cricket using the Merchant Tracker mod, you're going to end up going through all kinds of crazy places, fighting synths, ghouls, super mutants. Sometimes, like in the case in this video, you're going to come across her and her caravan guards fighting off all kinds of different stuff. So be prepared for a fight if she's not at either Bunker Hill or Vault 81. Also, I should probably point out that this bitch completely reminds me of my ex, and not in a good way. Okay, so your next surefire bet for finding modern firearms, or any modded weapon that's available in a shop, provided that the modder added it to the level list, is to go to Good Neighbor and to talk to Cleo. Or is it K-L-E-O? I'm pretty sure it's Cleo. Anyway, talk to the Assaultron robot chick. She's got a pretty damn good selection of weapons and ammunition, just like Arturo in Diamond City. And then, after you're done with her, go over to the right, just like Diamond City, and talk to Daisy, who is actually a general store, but she also has a pretty good selection of weapons and ammo. You know, it's actually kind of funny. It's, you know, you go to the left and then you go to the right. You know, actually in the political world, all the people on the left don't like the guns. It's usually the ones on the right, but hey, you know, I'm not going to, you know, judge. Anyway, after you're done talking to these two ladies, or would it be robot and lady? I don't know. I don't want to offend any of those gender confused people out there. I mean, I know this is 2017. They get ultra offended if you assume gender. After you're done talking to Cleo and then Daisy, head around to that Good Neighbor Hotel. I forget the name of it. It'll show up on the screen in a second here. Anyway, go to that hotel. Talk to Uncle Rufus. Okay, his name's not Uncle Rufus. That might be mildly racist. There's also racist offenders who are really angry out there. Anyway, fuck that. Go to Rufus, talk to him. He also has a pretty decent selection of weapons and some ammunition. He also pretty much sells a little bit of everything else. He's also kind of like a general store, but he's got a chance of having something in the Modern Firearms range. If not that, he might have something from the other mods. Okay, so obviously at this point, you've more than likely found what it is you're looking for, but if you're like me and you haven't exactly found that specific gun yet, your next best chance is to visit the Brotherhood of Steel's very own proctologist, Proctor Teagan. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to get to him, because he's kind of a pain in the ass to get to, since he's like all the way in the middle of the Pruden, or the Priden, or whatever. But he's very anal retentive when it comes to having very good guns and a pretty good selection of ammo. I'm not going to say he's as good as Arturo, Cleo, or K-L-E-O, or Cricket, but he is pretty good. He's definitely not as good as Ronnie Shaw. Which reminds me, he's also allied with the Brotherhood of Steel. So if you decide to piss them off during the storyline, he ain't going to sell any weapons to you. As a matter of fact, they'll probably rip you to shreds with laser fire before you even get to them. Anyway, in case you get lost, the rest of this video is going to show you how to get the hell out of the Pruden. Or the Prudwin. Prudwin? I can't pronounce any of the lore-friendly things in this game. But I still love it. Good job, Bethesda. Okay, so these next couple vendors, or merchants, or, well, merchant vendors, either way. These next couple people don't really sell, I mean, they sell guns, but they're not really focused around selling guns. They're more like general stores. So I would consider these next couple merchants, like maybe tier 2, second level, you know, not as great. But you got Brother Ogden at the Children of Adam crater. And then there's, let me think if I can remember these off the top of my head. Some guy named Jay at the Adam Cat's garage. Then there's Penny Fitzgerald at Covenant. Trash Can Carlo, who you're going to need to use the Merchant Tracker mod for, because she's like Cricket. She goes all over the place. She sells a couple guns, but she's more like all over the place with, you know, inventory and all. Actually, with all of these merchants that I'm showing you right now, these guys and girls are actually much better off going to in case you need ammunition of a certain type, because in the Modern Firearms mod, there's all these new different ammo types, like 40 Smith & Wesson, 50 BMG, 50 Beowulf, and you're more likely, 40 millimeter grenades for the grenade launcher. You're more likely to find these ammos with these merchants. Not that you can't find them with any of the weapon merchants, but it's just an extra place to go to in case you need to buy unique ammo for these weapons. And then the other person who I was about to mention, Trudy, at that diner place. I don't know, it's in the video, but she's at that diner with that dude Wolfgang, who's the drug dealer guy. and there's like a little side quest that pops up when you go by her diner, and on the way to Sunset Drive-In, and you know, you either pick her to get killed, or you pick Wolfgang to get killed, or you can, the way I did it where both of them lived. But yeah, Wolfgang, you don't really need Wolfgang because he just sells like chems and, you know, stuff, so the hell with that guy. But keeping Daisy alive, you got an extra chance of finding modern firearms or other modern weapons in general. These next couple merchants I'm only mentioning because they do sell weapons, but they don't have a very good selection, so I would save these guys for last. However, they do have, you can buy ammo from them, but really they're just like bottom tier. They're not even the, you know, they have really horrible selections. Also, Tinker Tom, he's allied with the railroad, so, you know, if you're not in the part of the story where you're like friends with the railroad, chances are he's not going to sell anything to you. So for this next merchant, just go to Coastal Cottage, which is up on the upper northeast side of the map. Follow this road, but just make sure you mine the Mirelurk Queen on the left as you go. Oh, God's sake, I said mine the Queen. Mine the Queen! And then just continue up the road and make a right when you see the wrecked bus at the intersection. And Leonard Moore's shop will be right up at the top of the hill. Can't miss it. It's got a little neon open sign. And the thing about Leonard Moore is he doesn't really sell guns. I mean, he's got like that unique hunting rifle called the Rebit 2, but his real strength is in the ammo selection that he has. He sells a great selection of ammunition. So this next part of the video is for everybody who bought the Far Harbor DLC. First of all, if you bought the Far Harbor DLC, sucker! No, I'm just kidding. Nah, it's a good DLC. But for everybody who bought the Far Harbor DLC, you got a few more merchants, specifically about 6 more that you're about to see, where you have a greater chance of actually finding some modern firearms, as well as other guns that are created by modders, provided that they're added to the level lists. First of all, you got Alan Lee, who's at the actual town of Far Harbor, the one that you start off at when you first start the DLC. And then the other one is Daquan. Oh, no, Dijon. Anyway, he's in Arcadia, and he's got a very good selection as well. So just like in the Commonwealth, you got the second-tier merchants, or the general store merchants, as I like to call them. You got Brooks in Far Harbor, who's actually just over to the right of the weapon vendor, in this case Alan Lee, just like Diamond City and Good Neighbor. He's just right over to the right. And then you also got Cog in Acadia, who's on the merchant level with all the other merchants. He's like right across the room from Dijon. He's kind of like in his own little room, sort of to the right of where Dijon's weapon vendor shop is. But just like all, you know, general store merchants, they basically sell everything. So their main focus isn't weapons, but they're a good place to stop if you need some ammo. Also, if you're looking for ammo in Far Harbor, there's like no better selection than Erickson out by Horizon Flight 1207. He's not really a weapons dealer, but he sells 8 items and he sells ammunition. And he's got a pretty good selection of it. Not to mention, look at him. He's a pretty kick-ass looking character. I mean, he's wearing a Yao Guy hat. But he's a super mutant. Screw Strong. I want to recruit this guy. Another merchant that has a similar setup, meaning she has a good ammo selection but doesn't sell a lot of weapons, is Pearl at Vault 118. Now, Vault 118 is actually underneath the Cliff's Edge Hotel. It's not going to say Vault 118 on the map, but you just go to the Cliff's Edge Motel and you're able to go down into Vault 118. If you've already discovered Vault 118, you'll notice that when you take the elevator to get back up to the surface, it's actually not that hard to take the elevator up. But as you can see in the video, every time you come back to the hotel, for some reason or another, the elevator just doesn't want to take you back down. So you have to fight your way through the hotel, past all the ghouls, make your way back to it every time you want to go to Vault 118, blah, 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 blah. But there's a way around this. Now, just with the Modern Firearms mod downloaded, go to your nearest settlement, or better yet, go to your main settlement, wherever you keep all of your crafting components and junk and all that, and place a Modern Firearms vending machine. It's under the crafting tab. Next, go into the vending machine, go to the apparel and equipment section, and buy yourself, it's a thing called a classical jetpack. Just keep in mind you're going to need pre-war money to buy this, or pretty much anything else that's in the Modern Firearms vending machine. Okay, so once you get the personal jetpack, head back to the Cliff's Edge Hotel, and kind of follow the road that's to the left of the building once you fast travel and spawn back into the area. You'll come across a semi-truck while you follow the road, and the window that you want to jetpack through will be right above that semi-truck. Now, to use the jetpack, just equip it like it's a clothing item, and it's the same way the jetpack works on the power armor suit. You just hold down the A button and you just go anywhere you want to go. And then there you go. You just saved yourself a crap load of ghoul fighting and navigating to get down to Vault 118. You just take the elevator over to the left, go to the bottom, and then Pearl's shop will be to the right once you get into Vault 118. Now, if you haven't been to Vault 118 yet, they got this neat little quest in there called Brain Dead. It's kind of funny, but it's fucked up at the same time. Sort of like a Rick and Morty episode, but not as funny. But you'll see what I mean when you get in there. But actually, I think it's a 2-part quest. If you don't solve the murder mystery the first time, you get to go back and actually solve it the second time or something like that. But anyway, as you can see, she doesn't really have much of a weapon selection, but she's got a lot of ammunition. So she is worth actually going through all the trouble to get to. Now, like I said, since I was going to mention all of the weapon vendors, for all I know, there are 2 more possibilities at the nucleus, but as you can see, I kind of bombed the hell out of it in the Far Harbor storyline. Now, just to be clear, I don't have a problem with religion. I just don't like creepy cults. Okay, so if you got the Nuka World DLC, 2 things. 1, sucker. Actually, yeah, that's just it. Yeah. Anyway, don't worry, I bought it too. I'm just kidding. Anywho, go to the Nuka Town Market and talk to Aaron Corbett if you want a good selection of weapons and ammo. And while you're there, also go over and talk with Shelby Chase. She's more of a general store, so she doesn't have a great selection of weapons, but she's a good spot to stop at and get ammo. And then, while you're also still at the Nuka Town Market, go talk to Caitlin Alden, who's over by one of the entrances near Brahmin. I don't know where the hell she is, actually, in this video. She kind of, like, disappears, and you have to wait for her to have a talk with some guy named Shank just outside Nuka Town Market before she appears again. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. She's another one of those general store type kind of merchants, so she doesn't have a great weapon selection, but she's just another place to stop at if you want ammo. Okay, so the next best place to go to in Nuka World for weapons and ammo is Brent Dunmore at the Dunmore Homestead. Actually, come to think of it, he's probably the best weapon vendor in Nuka World. Probably should have put him first. Oh, whatever. Anyway, so just go there, and he's got a pretty good selection of weapons and ammo. If he's not standing outside, he's usually in this back room, sitting down, chilling. Now, I already know what you're thinking. You're already thinking, like, phoo, wait a minute, hang on, that's not all the merchants. You didn't even mention all the merchants from the vanilla game before you started talking about the DLCs. Relax. I'm very much aware that there's a traveling merchant named Smiling Larry who's got, like, probably some of the best weapon selection in the game. Well, maybe not as good as that trader, is her name? Oh, Ronnie Shaw. Probably not as good as Ronnie Shaw from the castle. Or, for that matter, Arturo. He's probably on par with Arturo. The only thing that's cool about Smiling Larry is that you can, if you have the right requirements with your settlement building, and you have the right speech checks and some other stuff that I can't really remember offhand. If you got the right requirements, you can actually talk him in to having him join one of your settlements. And I tried doing that once. I had like all the requirements and everything perfectly like aligned and all, but he just didn't want to join. The little option for having him pop up and join just never came up. But one of the best bets for trying to find Smiling Larry is to go to the location that was on the map near Cambridge Police Station, and you just go to this road and you follow the road. Well, actually, before you follow the road, save the game, and you follow the road, and then you have a good chance of coming across Smiling Larry right around this area. Or hell, you might even come across a scribe like I did in this video. But this is just one of those random or random encounter type kind of areas right here. You just save your game at the section that I showed you earlier. You just follow the road, and you'll either come across Smiling Larry or one of the other level 4 traveling merchants, or you know, or you'll come across, you know, assaultrons, death claws, and all the other horrible stuff. It's a crapshoot, but that's why you got to save the game, because you never know when they're going to pop up. But if you come across Smiling Larry, like I did with the scribe here, you can talk him into joining one of your settlements, and I think his weapon selection actually gets better once he gets assigned to one of the weapon vendor stalls at your selected settlement. But I can't say for sure, because I was never really big into the settlement building thing. Every time I got a built, like when I got the Far Harbor DLC, what I did was I just kind of put one of those pre-built wooden cabin things and just put some furniture in there, and that was it. I'm more of a drop some workbench, you know, type guy. You know, just drop some workbenches down if I need to craft things, and that's it. There's my settlement. Woo! You know, I don't ask for much. But if you're really into the settlement building, I'm going to put a link in the description below on a guide on how to get Smiling Larry to join your join your settlement. However, just keep in mind, with that merchant tracker mod that I showed you earlier, that's not going to help you find Smiling Larry. I tried it. For some reason, it's only really, well, more on that in a second. Okay, so there's this modder. His name is MWO Earner 77. I'm probably not saying that right. I'm sorry if you see this video. Don't get angry at me. He created this video. He created this one mod called Teleport Level 4 Merchants, which if you're really hell-bent on finding Smiling Larry or the Scribe, and you don't want to do what you just saw just now in the video by going to that specific location near Cambridge and trying to spawn them, then this is the mod for you. You just go right outside Vault 111. You'll find a holotape. You can't use it inside the Pip-Boy. You got to take it to a computer terminal. For example, in this case, I took it to the one at Red Rocket, and you just load it into the terminal, and it'll start a program where you can teleport Smiling Larry, the Scribe, or Trader Riley right to your location. Yeah, no, it's recommended. He even says it in the mod. It even says recommended that you teleport them to your current location. Because, as you're about to see here, I decided not to do that. And, well, I ended up in this, I don't know what the hell this is. It's some kind of, like, Bethesda's jail for, like, random NPCs that I haven't met yet in my travels or something. I don't know. Anyway, you end up going to this weird room where everybody's there, and you can't get out of it. The only way to get out of it is to actually load up a previous game save. So if you're curious about finding this walled-in hell jail cell type thing, then with all the rare merchants, then yeah, this is totally your place. But I recommend, and even the modder recommends it, to have them just teleport to your current location. Anyway, in this case, I brought Smiling Larry to where I was, and now he'll never leave. He just doesn't leave Red Rocket Station anymore now that I've teleported him. So I guess there is a downside to the mod. But you'll notice that he doesn't have the same weapon selection, or at least I noticed he doesn't have the same weapon selection when you use this teleportation thing that he has if you find him randomly, or if you're able to convince him to join your settlement. Okay, so one thing people are always asking me about is, Foo, where do you find Modern Sidearms? Where did you find these handguns? Where did you find these handguns? Alright, Modern Sidearms is an add-on for the Modern Firearms mod, which was also created by Idle Sheep and his team, and it adds 6 new handguns to the game. The Beretta PX4, Beretta M9, Sig Sauer, the HK USP, the HK 1911, which, fun fact, isn't actually made anymore, but it was like a one-time experimental thing. Google it. It's actually a pretty neat concept for a handgun. Also, the HK SOCOM pistol is added, and the Walther P99. I think I mentioned all of them. Yeah, that's like 6. Anyway, it adds 6 new handguns to the Modern Firearms mod. And the thing is about it is that they're actually kind of rare at weapon vendors. You can find them at weapon vendors, but not always. And as a matter of fact, a lot of enemies don't actually use them. Some enemies use them, like gunners, sometimes raiders have them, but you're much better off trying to find them by scavenging out in the wasteland. This footage you're seeing right now is from this mod called the Depository, which adds a bank in the middle of Boston. I did a video on this. I'm going to put a link in the description. But in the mod, there are a bunch of wall safes in the mod, and there's a bunch of duffel bags, inside a bank vault, and every single one of them has a modern sidearm in it. You have a much better chance of finding modern sidearms while looking through safes. Floor safes, standard safes, wall safes, they always, well, almost always have a modern sidearm. Also, while I'm on the subject of that mod, the Depository mod, it has a crap load of pre-war money. With pre-war money, you can buy more ammo. As a matter of fact, all the ammo that you can afford using pre-war money at the Modern Firearms vending machine in your settlement, the vending machine that I showed you earlier. You can buy 50 Beowulf, 300 Blackout, 50 BMG, 40 Smith & Wesson. If you're having trouble finding it at weapon vendors, you can buy it from the Modern Firearms vending machine. So this mod, this Depository mod, has a lot of pre-war money, and that's the only currency that the Modern Firearms vending machine accepts. Alright, this is it. This is the mod that has not just the Modern Firearms weapons, but every modded gun that, even vanilla, even guns from the vanilla game, even the unique guns from the vanilla game. This mod, Cheat Room, by Badham, has all of them. This has everything. If you can't find what you're looking for from any of the merchants, from any of the, by doing it the lore-friendly, normal way, by just searching around and all, or if you just want your guns now, this is it. Download Cheat Room, go to the location, follow the instructions you're seeing in the video here. You got to unlock all the doors using the terminal nearby. But you go to Cheat Room, you go into the big room here, and you go to this box that's right below the one that says requested. It's not even marked. But yeah, this box here has all of the guns. As a matter of fact, fun fact, a little behind the scenes info for you here. This footage you're seeing now that I recorded, I actually recorded this before I recorded the intro. Yeah, you know, the intro to the video that had all those guns laying on Sanctuary. Yeah, well, I got all of them from this box right here. So that should give you some, you know, a hint as to pretty much just. As a matter of fact, I used this mod one time before. I actually showed you guys how to use this mod when I did the 88mm tank cannon video. That was the only way I was actually able to find the 88mm tank cannon, was by using this Cheat Room mod, because it has pretty much everything in it. It even has DLC items. If you download the DLC patches, the Automaton, the Far Harbor, Nuka World, they have all those weapons, all that armor, all those items. I tell you, I don't know what the hell Badham did, but he really put, or it might even be a she, I don't know. But they did a lot of friggin' work into this mod. And, yeah, if you're one of those guys that just doesn't like to search for weapons, even though the game world does have all of the weapons somewhere, you just have to have a little patience. I even found the 88mm cannon one time. A friggin' raider of all people was using it to fight the Brotherhood of Steel, and I got it off of him. That was crazy. But, yeah, eventually you can find them. Some of them are just a lot more rare than others. But if you're the kind of guy that wants your Modern Firearms now, this is the mod for you. It even has the Modern Sidearms in it. It's got all of them. So, I really hope this video was helpful for you guys. I'm sorry I didn't get to the good part until the end, but I'm just trying to, you know, convince you guys to maybe play the game before going out there and trying to just get everything now and taking all the fun out of it for yourselves. But yeah, thank you for watching. I probably put more work into this video than I've ever put into a YouTube video. I hope it was helpful for you guys. Actually, more than anything, I'm hoping it's informative. After 30 minutes, I'm hoping you learned something from this video. But anyway, thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, share this to your friends, let them know how to find Modern Firearms so that they can enjoy the game a little more. Donate to my Patreon if you please, that'd be nice. But most importantly, enjoy the game, have fun. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great day.